All right, so the ball is going to be played inside of uh, our half, our defensive half, but from a wide angle. So um, with our center back being here, well outside the 18, my expectation is that we're on the 18 or around the 18 because we need to be commanding the area and behind. We're not worried about the ball over the top from here. You can see there's going to be a second runner, um, which I'd like to see us maybe a little bit more connected uh, for cover here and less worried about the player here. Um, but the ball's going to bounce coming more central, and I think it's just there's just too much of a disconnect. If you're outside or if you're right around the 18, you can come get this ball because you're not. Obviously we have that help, but that becomes dicier than it should be really. So once again, starting positions, just go back to the where the ball was played. I mean, I ask you, what are we worried about? And I know it's very common to in the women's game to be concerned about being chipped. It happens, but ultimately, from this distance, wide inside the half, we need to be connected to our back line, and we also need our center backs to be connected as well. So okay, so corner kick here, and there's a lot of traffic. All right. You do a good job of fighting your way through to get to the entry point where you can find a path. Um, but one thing I want you to take a look at is your timing to get to the high point of this. So I think you do a fantastic job of getting to the high pointing, but the problem is, and there's a lot of bodies, so this isn't easy, but you set your feet here. So you're waiting to where that's where you want to end up jumping from, right here. So you're already that's where we want to jump from, but you're waiting on the ball and jumping off 2 feet. And obviously when you do that, you end up kind of too far underneath the ball rather than momentum going through the ball. Your hands kind of push up on the ball and your elbows get wide, arms get a little stiff, and that ball goes through us. So ideally, we'd want to that stride there, wait to take this stride, wait. So now we wait, and now we're taking that stride. Now we're taking another stride, then we're jumping, and then you're going to get to the high point with momentum. All right, so one thing that they were successful with in this game is their speed and pace on the width. So that's what they're going to expose here with a touch down the line. Now, this is wide and from a deeper area, so not a shallow cross, potentially, at least from the start. So I think, we need to be in a decently aggressive spot, not totally central, but somewhere in between towards the top of the six here, and then slide towards the near from that shape. But this is certainly wide, and it looks to me like you're in an okay spot here. Obviously, this is the danger zone here, and we're matched up. So I think we're okay. As she starts to dribble in, now maybe you square up. But look, we've talked about this with your shape of your set position, pinning your hips back a little bit more so that your knees don't go over your toes and your chin stays over both. We want our chin and our head forward. Okay. The biggest thing for me on this is as this ball gets cut back is let's for these small adjustments, let's avoid any crossover steps just in case the ball gets hit. We don't want to be our shoulders facing the wrong direction or off balance. So small little steps, keeping our shoulders forward. And then the one thing, and this is gonna kind of something we address later on in the game as well, is when these moments happen with traffic, we've got to get down lower, like hands, towards the ground, chin lower, being able to see. Look at you're trying to look for the ball, but you're really tall, In these moments, typically someone just needs to toe poke. Obviously she's not facing the field, but those pokes typically, or those like loose balls typically are lower, and we need to be able to, or if they're higher, we still need to be able to be loaded. And when you're tall looking for the ball, you're not loading. So this is going to kind of get played around, get lower in our stance. We need to be able to see through traffic, and you can see you're kind of struggling to do so, and it's pouncing around. So I want us lower throughout these in tight with traffic scenarios. So just something to think about as the play dwindles on. Lower, like right now, lower, because all she needs is a half step to create anything, and we need to be lower when that happens. Okay, so this is going to be a chance that comes from a throw in. Simply put, like, we can do a better job organizing ahead of time. So they have a target in here that's clearly showing for the ball. I don't know. It looks to me like both these players are doing the same job, and really we need to utilize this player to front one of their targets. Like, this is the more dangerous space. If the ball goes back here, we can step. We're fine. Or this player, we can get to split the difference here and come fill in more closely to number two here. But we definitely want to organize to bring this player back into a safer space where she's getting dragged out of, because then the ball, once again, we have two runners in. She's gonna end up running back into the space. The ball gets thrown right by her. She should be right here, and she's able to front this. Okay, so the ball comes in, we get turned. It becomes a low crossing situation. In this low crossing situation, this front post 6 is the danger zone, near post runner. A lot of goalkeepers are hugging their post here, so I think you do a decent job of staying disconnected. For me, I think you can be a little bit higher, a tad bit more central, because when she plays it there, I think you come back too far to your near. She's not, with pressure, especially in a right-footed ball, 0% chance she puts this on frame here that you can't handle. So if you're a step higher where you were before you slid in, now your first motion isn't running it down. Your first motion is stepping into the ball path. So right now the ball's coming across you, and you're having to run it down from the side, staying parallel to the ball, instead of stepping into the ball path and taking it clean because you're higher. So you end up getting a hand to it, but even just that adjustment, you can see how close you are. You're going to hold that ball if you can just learn to read and feel safe about the percentages that ball is not going to get hit at the near post with pressure, right-footed outswinger.